So, I am sorry that it is being posted later than I had planned this. I had planned this to be uploaded like this morning because obviously I did it at like 4 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. Then things happened and I am actually really sick now. I'm not doing so great, but I didn't want to get this video up, so I'm sorry that it is not the world's longest video, or maybe even the world's most interesting video. But yes. So here we go into this. So I wanted to go into a short video. I don't know. Can't sleep right now. I'm kind of out of sleeping pills, which means I don't sleep very much. Well, I can't sleep without sleeping pills, and when I do sleep, it's like 20 minutes here and there. So, yeah, I'm dealing with that right now, but, so I thought that you viewers deserved to know what was going on, because I talked about my boyfriend at the time. I had talked about him quite a bit. I told you guys that I went to Texas to see him and that I would talk about that, and I truthfully never got around to it, which I am super sorry for that. But I thought you guys deserved to know that I probably won't be talking about that really, because things just didn't work out. They weren't what I had hoped, and really there's different reasons on why things were never actually made into a video. But that's something that I don't really want to go into in this video, or maybe never. I'm not sure. But I felt like I was trapped in a relationship that I wasn't really happy with in the end. And it's so hard because I went about it like an adult. I was afraid of being guilted back in the relationship, which I had been once before, and I know that if he sees this, he's going to deny it, and I'm very sorry if you don't like this video. I really am, but I wanted to be friends with you, but I don't see that working out because, yeah. So I thought this was going to be a short video, but I don't think it's going to be because of everything. So before I get into all of it, the craziness, I do want to say that I am working on 2 videos. I'm going to do a cover of Disturbed, Sound of Silence, and at some point a cover of Brave by Sarah Bareilles, and hopefully a cover of Sober by Selena Gomez. If you have any other ideas, please let me know. I would be very happy to hear those. So the relationship was pretty good in the beginning, but like I said, at the very end it started to get rough, and like I said, there are parts that I'm not going to go into right now, right here. I might never, but I wasn't happy, and in a relationship, that's what you're supposed to be, is happy, and I wasn't. Towards the end, I was getting worse. My depression was horrible. I felt like I was in a relationship by myself because the person that I was with was never around at all. Like, that was hard for me. Like, I'm not a clingy person, but I expect someone to be there, at least when I need you the most. I was there all the time. Whenever he came, I was there. If he messaged me, I jumped off a phone call for him. Like, I would hang up on my friends for him. But it was always, he was always busy, he was always doing this. At the end, he was giving me stories that didn't really make sense. They didn't all fit together. And it wasn't just that, but it was, it was never hearing from him, and he expected me to understand that. He would go 4 or 5 days without talking to me, and then expect me to understand exactly why he hadn't messaged me within those 4 or 5 days. And then he would say, oh, and there was a lot of times where he would send me messages. He'd be like, I sent you a message, but I never got them. I never got any messages when he said he sent them. He would say, oh, I called 3 times yesterday. I had no calls in my call log. If someone calls, there's going to be that missed call in the call log. And there never was. And so it just didn't fit for me. And I have insecurities as it is, because I've been cheated on, lied to, this, that, and the other. So I was scared that was what was going on now. I'm not accusing, I'm just saying in my head, there's that fear of what if you're being cheated on? What if this? What if that? And it was getting to the point where I was depressed every day. I was crying, and I was going through a lot too, because my friend, which was long story, but she was in a relationship that she needed to get out of, and we helped her get out of that. And she was really struggling, but before she got out of that relationship, I told her that I couldn't sit there and watch her go through it, because I couldn't watch her get hurt. I knew she would make the right decision, but until she did, I couldn't sit there. And so, I mean, it's more than that, but basically that's the gist of it. And there was the point where she came to us and said, okay, I'm ready to get out of this, because he's angry, he's mad, he's this, that, and the other. And it was getting bad for her. Keep in mind, not being friends with her, we were not friends for about a week and a half. And every day, every moment, every second killed me. I cried. My heart felt like it was breaking. I wanted someone to hold and to love on. And that's where you would think that a boyfriend would come into place. And he didn't. He was never around. And then when he showed up and he saw I was crying, he would leave and say that he didn't want to be around a crying girl, which I get that. But if he had, it would kill me to see people cry too, but I'd still be there for them. I would have panic attacks, and he'd say he didn't want to see me through them. And instead, so when I get my panic attacks, I can't really hold my phone or pick it up and really call anybody. So I would go into these panic attacks, and he wouldn't help me through them. And instead of hanging up and calling Val's and saying, hey, look, you need to help her, she's going through a panic attack and I can't watch that, he would just hang up and disappear. Val's would never know that I was struggling. I couldn't pick up the phone and say, hey, it was just horrible. And it was tearing me apart, and I couldn't handle it anymore. Well, around the time that Brie got out of her relationship, I said to myself, and I told people, I said, look, she's brave enough to get out of this. And I watched her. I held her hand. I mean, not actually, because obviously we live lots and lots of miles away, but I was there basically for her, and as a friend should be. And it wrecked me to see her wrecked, and it broke me to see her breaking. And I had no one to hold on to. I was holding on to her, and she was holding on to me, but there was no one stable to hold on to. And so, after they fell apart, her and who she was with, I said I couldn't do it anymore, and I was afraid he would guilt me back into it. So yeah, I admit I didn't call him, but at least I didn't text him. I didn't just send him a stupid little text. It was still my voice. I sent him a 12-minute audio message, which he says is not enough. It's not enough. 12 minutes of me almost crying, of me explaining exactly what was going on. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. I told him that it wasn't that I didn't care, but I just needed out of it. He said he understood. Well, that's what I wanted him to say, I guess, in my head, but that's not what he said in real life. So he said nothing because I basically blocked him, but me being a softie, I unblocked him a little days later. But here's what gets to me. He sends his friend after me to threaten my life, to threaten me, this, that, and the other. And then a couple days ago, he tells me not to tell one of my friends, because I had told one of my friends what was going on, and she didn't go threaten him. She just basically told him, look, you need to stay away from her, you're causing problems, you've left bruises all over her body, this, that, and the other. Like I said, I won't go into that, but it was crazy. So all she said was that, but I'm not allowed to tell anybody what's going on, but he's allowed to tell his friend who came and threatened me. Threatened my life. But a couple of days after I broke up with him, and I know some of my viewers aren't gonna like this because you might know this person and you might not be happy, but a few days later, when I broke up with who I was dating, I ran into my ex and we started talking. Well, actually, before I even broke up with who I was dating at the time, I ran into my ex, the one that I've truthfully been in love with this whole entire time. And we talked. A couple days later, we talked. We had this really long talk, and it went really well. And we decided to get back together. And the guy I had been dating decides that since I got together with Dylan Price, which is the guy I'm dating now, and I'm super happy, but since I got together with him a few days later after we broke up, that I was cheating on him, all because I started dating someone 3 days later. Keep in mind, this person has hurt me in the past. I get that. But he makes me so happy. He makes me feel special. He makes me feel something that I've never felt before. And when I'm with him, that piece of me that's been missing this whole entire time is just back in place. I'm a complete puzzle, and I don't... He never understood that. But it's hard for me because, yeah, I want them to understand. I want everyone to understand that I'm not a cheater. I never cheated. I never lied. I would never do anything like that. That's not who I am. And I will say the rest I have to say after I close my low battery thing and calm down a little bit. And maybe when it's a little more of a decent hour. I guess for me, this video is hard because I know that some people aren't a big fan of the guy I'm dating now, and then there's of course some people that aren't going to be happy with, my decision, but I did what I thought was best. And the thing is, I'm the one that is getting threatened by his friends for it. I'm the one who is getting attacked on Twitter for it. He literally got on Twitter and is just tweeting all this stuff. And it's not that I don't care about him, because I do, but he's not. I tried to take it as the adult approach, and he's not taking it that way. And obviously, I snapped back a couple times, hoping, snap a little bit, maybe you can get it in his head that you're done, it's over. He thinks I'm coming back, and I'm not. Why would I go back to something that I wasn't 100% happy with? I still care about him, so don't take that wrong. I don't want anybody twisting this in any way, shape, or form. If you have any comments, please put them down below. I will answer as much as I can. Just keep in mind that there are parts of the story that I kept out because it's sensitive on both sides. So just respect that as well. And I'm really sorry that it has taken me forever to post this stuff. I will let you know that I started dating the guy I'm with, Dylan Price. I started dating him November 10th, and I'm very happy where I am now, and he has supported me through so much. He has helped me through panic attacks already, 3 or 4 of them, which my ex wouldn't do. That's one of the reasons I left him, is because he just couldn't be there for me when I needed him the most. And as I said that before, I'm just, saying that again. To me, it's important for someone to be there for someone when you really need them. And I want everybody to be happy. But I will let this video go, and hopefully can update you guys on more things, do more videos soon. I am going through a lot, so I am sorry for that. But yeah, bye.